Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Baseball 9 content today. Another tips video. Today we're going to go over the different batting types. This is more intro to Baseball 9 series. If you haven't seen my tips playlist, other videos, check that out on the channel. It goes over things you should do every day, how to use XP drinks, conditioning drinks, level up your players, all the basics. But today I'm going to add on to that once again, talking more about gameplay. What does each batting type do? And I'll talk us through some of the uses that I use them for, situations that I look to use them for. The first one, starting off of the bat, is contact. This is your basic, just stepping up to the plate. I want to hit a ball. Contact, and the radius of that circle also depends on your contact rating. So this is the first number, 76. I have here Travis Kelce. But as you can see here, anywhere I swing within that circle, I should be able to hit the ball, assuming that my timing is correct. So this is contact, and I'll do a video next week comparing contact and power stats, attributes. Today we're going to focus on the in-game batting mechanic, but next week we'll do a video comparing the stats. So stay subscribed, stay tuned for that. The first one is contact, so we're going to see again. It allows you more of a range to hit that ball with contact. And the second one we'll jump over here is going to be power. But first, since we're on third base, this is a good time to do bunt. So as in normal baseball, bunt's not going to be your mainly used one unless you're doing a bunting challenge where you just bunt the whole game. Aside from that, usually try to use this in strategic situations. Use it if you want to advance base runners, much like in normal baseball. So here we have a guy on third. We're going to see if we can do a bunt and try to get him home. And in this case, I would use right bunt over left bunt. We want it to go far from where the runner is. So we're going to send him, and ooh, that was a failure. It does help to get a lead off, trying to steal the base. But in those situations where you miss, I didn't get this quite in my suicide squeeze video, but do you want to retrace my steps and bunt and then send him home? You will probably have a better chance at that. So now we're going to go look at power hits. As we can see, between contact and power, that circle shrunk a lot. It's pretty small now. So with power, you get more power into it. I'm not sure how it works in the game, but it's probably a boost on top of your power attribute. But the circle shrinks, and it's a lot more powerful swing. The ball's going to go further. You're going to have a higher chance of home runs if this is what you need. See there, we're into deep left field. But with power, I also want to stress, I use contact most of the time, but power, I'm doing those power hitting challenges, or more generally, power if I need a home run or I need to get some extra bases, want that ball to go pretty deep, or maybe I'm doing a sac fly. I want to, get that ball high up into the air, into deep outfield. Might consider using power there. And then just note that it might be easier in the starting leagues to use power all the time because the pitchers aren't as good. But as you increase your league, it will become harder and harder to do because the pitchers will get better. They're going to throw you all types of crazy pitches, and if you're not accurate, that ball is going to go. It's not going to go where you want it to go. So now I got a batter up here, Kobe Bryant, 102 power, really high, one of my highest power hitters. And I'm going to use contact, see if we can get a home run. One thing I would recommend is if a lot of your players are high power already, I would say 80 plus would be considered high. You don't need to necessarily go to power to fish for those home runs. You will see that they're able to hit home runs without power. They can hit home runs on contact. Now, any player can technically hit a home run just off of contact, but it's just the higher power attribute is the more likely. So now we have a speedster on Mookie Betts. Bunting, you probably won't be able to reach base on a bunt, but just for the purposes of this video, we're going to give that a shot and see if that's something that we might be able to do. So yeah, he's not able to get there, but as you see, the guy on first gets over to second. So if you need to use this to move people around, if you're going from first to second, I would use left bunt, and then now if you're going from second to third, I would use right bunt, just the opposite direction of where you're trying to go. And once again, to avoid getting tagged out on a steal, I'm gonna not give him a lead, not have the base runner take a lead. We're just going to send him once that bunt is put down. We get thrown out at first, but if you saw there, we probably would have made it to third. So if that was a no out or one out situation, suicide squeeze situation, we need to get him third to home. Situations like that, I would use bunt. Now we're going to try to fish for another contact home run, 92 power, not as high as Kobe, but still pretty high. Let's see if we can do it. Not able to get the home run, but you see there with contact, we're still able to get that ball into deep center field. So that's what a higher power attribute can do for you. As I said in the start of the video, I'll have another video going over the differences between contact or power, or we might just break that up into 2 videos, breaking each attribute down. But once again, Kelsey 89 power. See there, deep center field. So it looks like we're probably not able to get a home run for you guys today, but some nicely hit pitches into deep center just off of contact. So power is not necessarily needed all the time, but it can be useful. Once again, no home run, but deep center. So you probably get the point by now. That's to the extent of using contact. To summarize, to wrap it all up, I use contact most of the time. Power, if your player doesn't have the highest power, you're just starting out, but you need a home run, or to be honest, it is fun to hit home runs. So if you want to do that as well, go for power. Bunt, usually situationally, if you need to move people around on bases, things like that, you probably won't have the best chance trying to get to first base on a bunt. You could, in cases of errors when the pitcher or catcher drops the ball, but bunting, situational, just like in real baseball, translates to the baseball game itself. But thanks for watching. If you thought this was useful, leave it a like. Stay subscribed for more content, more tricks, tips, and tricks. And we'll see you later this weekend. Thanks for watching. Peace out.